Brad Marchand is a Florida Panther.
And the TV timeout, there's Brad Marchand giving the old diving signal. I thought it was going to be a forearm shiver. It's like, no, I'm just going to grab you. Slight chokehold and then grab onto the jersey.
Seems on brand to me. Let's talk about it.
He punched me right in the head.
It's a weird feeling seeing Marchand go to Florida, especially as a Habs fan. You know, this is an individual that you don't like necessarily unless he's on your team. He's a pest, right? He's a pest player. He might be the best pest out there. For him to go on to a division rival and remain in the same division as my team, it's a little disappointing. But Brad had a press event a little bit earlier. He had a bunch to say. There's part of you that thinks, hey, this guy is kind of an outspoken guy. Maybe this is going to go off the rails a little bit. I don't think he was happy being traded. I think he kind of considered himself the face of the organization a little bit. But to go to Florida, I mean, it's on brand. The rat going to the rat's nest. And he was asked about his history of Florida and if he thought it was going to be a fit.
Hey, Brad. You kind of alluded to a lot of the off-ice things and what they've built down here, but you've had a front row seat to seeing this team succeed the last few years. What do you think drew you to
thanks for that reminder.
Did that kind of help into your decision of wanting to come to Florida and being so familiar with what they do and how they play and how that would fit into how you play?
Yeah, well, obviously they've bounced us the last couple of years in playoffs, so they bounced the Bruins the last couple of years, and it has been pretty remarkable to see the growth they've had as a group the last few years. And, you know, I think throughout the year here this year, we've played the team multiple times, and I remember just thinking like that's the team to beat this year. I thought the way that they came at you in waves all game long, just the depth that they had in their group, they have the experience. They know what it takes when they get in those tough situations, and that's invaluable. They didn't lose many guys, and the guys that they did replace them with are great players. So yeah, I looked at the group and I was like, that's the team that has the ability to go all the way again. And when you match the drive with the experience and the depth of the group, it's a very dangerous combination. So that was when things were kind of coming up and kind of writing was on the wall, this is absolutely the place I wanted to go.
The tone of the interview, it feels kind of upbeat. He doesn't feel like he's down in the dumps. He doesn't feel like he's especially sad about his new change of teams. But there was a moment in the interview where he did get reflective.
We talked all the way up to, I think it was maybe the day before, the night before the trade deadline. And we didn't talk the final day, but we both felt that we had a position, and ultimately we didn't get it done. But I do want to kind of clean up, because I've seen the last few days just the narrative that's been going around. I want to kind of set the record straight. Like, I don't have any ill will towards the management group, towards Sween's Cam or Charlie. I've had an incredible run in that organization, and I'm extremely proud. How things went there. Sorry. So yeah, it was very disappointing that things didn't get done, just because obviously I love the organization. I wanted to stay there.
So it's interesting to see Marchand get emotional there. I mean, he's a human, right? And I guess I have a little bit of a soft spot for him. He played on the Moncton Wildcats. I am from Moncton myself. I love the Wildcats. But just because I don't like him as a player doesn't mean I don't respect what he does as a player. He's very good at what he does. Yeah, so he's a human like anyone else. He talks about how the first time he put on any Panthers gear and he was sharing that moment kind of with his family on a video call. Here, check it out.
Dave Hyde, South Florida Sun Sentinel. I'm just curious, is this the first time you put on the Panthers gear this morning? And did you look in the mirror, and how did that go?
So I first time I put my anything Panthers on was last night. I was FaceTiming my kids, and we were about to hang up, and there was a hat on the table, and I was like, yeah, before you go, look at this, and I put it on, and it it was a weird feeling, but this is the first time I've been decked out, in the uniform. But it's starting to reality is setting in here, and starting to feel like I'm part of the group. It's been a whirlwind the last few days, so I'm once you get in here, all the guys are around. You start feeling part of it.
So I guess this is a chapter of a player that, is getting older. It's a new chapter for him. It's probably going to work out well. I mean, the Florida Panthers, great team, unfortunately. Not my favorite team in the league, probably up there with Vegas and Tampa for my least favorite teams. So I'll watch with interest to see how Marchand adapts to playing on the Panthers and see where he falls in the lineup, I suppose. What did you think of this trade? Do you think that Brad Marchand is going to fit well onto the Panthers? Do you think he's going to see kind of a drought in points? Is he going to be as effective with Tkachuk and Bennett already kind of filling some of the aspects of the role Marchand typically fills? Let me know in the comments. That's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video, helps me out with something or other. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. I'd love to have you. And as always, I'll see you down below in the comments.